What's up, chat? What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Ooh, what's up, chat? What's up, chat? Alrighty. Make sure everything's running right. Well and right. What's the best way to do... window capture? Firefox. Perfect. And let's switch the account out and go marathon. Oh, I think that's over my face. Can't have that. So if we have it full screen, it should be like... Oh, can you just make it fit, please? Video title is not right. Thank you. It's set to MTG. Okay. I switched it on Stream Elements, but I guess it didn't. On Twitch, it's not right. It says it should be right. What? Oh, yeah, on YouTube. It's not for sure. Yeah. Gotta fix the YouTube. Is it public at least? Yeah. Thank the heavens. It's public. It's a miracle. Okay. Just making sure OBS looks good. Chat should be on, but I don't think YouTube chat is on. Okay. Alrighty. So I figured Marathon's been posting a lot of stuff, but what I wanted to start with is the Marathon quiz that they put out. The faction quiz. We're going to see who I am. Okay. Marathon. Maybe there's got to be a link here. Let's see. What? Oh, taoseti.world. taoseti.world/profiling. That's kind of an interesting little terminology. YouTube stream isn't right. Still? Really? It says it's right. Is it not? Can you not hear me or something? Am I crazy? It should be good. Let me know, chat. Let me know if it's good now. Just gonna hope it is. At least it is on my end. But let me, you know what? Let me double check with the, like on the actual link, I suppose. Shareable link. Oh, the thumbnail? Yeah, I don't think the thumbnail is right, but I don't think I can change that at this point. Or at least... Oh, there was something set. Okay, change. Oh, can I just delete this? How to set YouTube stream to no thumbnail. Of your video section of your regular YouTube studio. Okay. Let's see. Video section. Switch account. Your videos. Sorry, chat. Sorry. Sorry, chat. I'm getting it worked out. Go to the video. Blah, blah, blah. Click the live tab to the right of uploads. What? Oh, I see. Okay. Delete the video listed as upcoming. What are you talking about? Let's watch this video. Oh. Manage. Okay. So what? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as the same thumbnail. So be it. Discord notification should be working. So that's good. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do this little test they got going on. Your DAC carries a record of prior engagement. When uploaded, interfaces recalibrate around you. Oh yeah, I think I have one of these. Hold up. I think it's like a way to identify your account for like these ARG things that they've been doing. But I'm gonna be real, I have no idea where mine would be. I don't know where I saved that. So we're just gonna skip it. Allow access to camera, I guess. I don't know if I want to give Bungie my face. Your answers will be submitted using the keyboard. When prompted, press the specified key to select your response. If you didn't know your age, how old would you think you'd be? What is this? What are these buttons? I can just click, right? Okay. If you didn't know your age, how old you think you'd be? Would you think you'd be? Okay. I mean, context dependent, of course. That's such like a, like, of course, context is dependent. What are we talking about? Numbers are relevant. Yeah, let's go with that. Why not? The empty chair in a room is waiting. I like that. Waiting. A half-finished book on a table makes you want to close it properly. True. The sound of your own recorded voice is... It used to be much worse than it is at this point, just because I've been making videos and stuff. I've gotten much more used to it, thankfully. Because, man, it was bad. But I don't enjoy it still. Let's go a useful data point. That's true, because it's nice to reference. It's a good one. Oh? Video? Okay. The moment before falling asleep feels like a system powering down or a door opening slightly. Moment before falling asleep. I would say a door opening slightly, because I start getting like the dream visions, you know. Deja vu makes you question your attention to detail, trust your instincts more, or look closer between cracks. Definitely look closer between cracks, for sure. That's me. That's me, man. Oh, yeah. An unexpected gift is a transaction requiring reciprocation. Information about the giver. Always unwanted. I'd say information about the giver. It's the most positive. I love an unexpected gift. What's better than that? It's the best kind of gift. The difference between coincidence and pattern is statistical significance, narrative usefulness, nothing meaningful, a matter of perspective, the applicable framework, or the observer's intention. Coincidence and pattern. Matter of perspective. Yeah, I think statistical significance. If you can really get that down right. Yeah. How do you view the possibility of selfless actions? Noble sacrifice, enlightened self-interest, selfish illusions, rare but real, instinct not thought, impact over intent. I like that. Impact over intent. We're going to edit the stream name real quick. I feel like I can do better than what I did. I'm going to change that on YouTube as well. If you could preserve one human creation for future civilizations to discover, what would it be? Music, legal systems, fiction, scientific principles, or currency? You could preserve one human creation. What are we thinking, chat? What are we thinking? Share your thoughts. This is a good question. Legal systems? Get out of here, bro. What are we even doing? Okay. Scientific principles. I feel like that could be good. That gives them a lot of ground to work on. But to share some soul, I feel like you kind of got to go music and fiction. But in terms of what would be most useful, I think scientific principles. You skip a lot of time in having to get to that point of figuring things out if you leave that for them. So let's go scientific principles. We want what's best for the future generations. An unanswered question is unfinished business, complete as it stands, a temporary state, a persistent opportunity, neither correct nor incorrect, or more valuable than a premature answer. An unanswered question is complete as it stands. No. A persistent opportunity. I like that. Yeah. A persistent opportunity. I wonder what the buttons like correlate to. The difference between efficiency and effectiveness is a question of measurement or a question of purpose. Efficiency and effectiveness is a question of measurement, question of purpose. A measurement. I don't see how that's a question of purpose, personally. Silence during conversation is information being processed, a system optimizing, neither productive nor unproductive, information being generated, a natural fluctuation, or as meaningful as speech. I would say information being processed. At least that's the hope. What aspects of accomplishment do you value most? The what, the why, the advancement, the how, the who benefits, or the efficiency? What aspects of accomplishment do you value most? What do you value most? Let's say the what? Like, what happened? When, at the end of the day, what happened? That's what we want to know, I guess. Gosh, there's a lot of questions. The space between thoughts is processing time or the actual thought. Ooh, very deep. Let's go processing time. But I feel like the formation of the thought, well, I guess that's what they're talking about. Yeah. Processing time, okay. The moment just before recognition holds every possible identity simultaneously, or is when faces are most honestly themselves. The moment just before recognition. Oh, holds every possible identity. Is when faces are most honestly themselves. I like that. Okay. Fingernails continuing to grow after death is the body's final act of defiance. Shows that purpose outlasts awareness, an urban myth, or biologically sound. I don't know. Is that I've heard that, but like it's saying it could be a myth. So I'm not sure. Let's say shows that purpose outlasts awareness. If you see a turtle turned on its back, how do you respond? Immediate flip, nature's way, teach flipping, or document, then flip. Nature's way. So I assume that's like letting them, like just not intervening. Maybe. I'd probably just do a quick little flip. Hopefully that's good for the turtle. I honestly don't know. You witness someone you respect breaking rules they enforce on others. What action do you take? Direct confrontation, strategic silence, private conversation, system redesign, evidence collector, or community protection. I'm between the last two here. So evidence collector or community protection. Because you want to stand up for the other people and you want to come together because that's how it's most likely, something's going to get done about it. But at the same time, you got to make sure you're getting evidence. But we're talking about an injustice. You'll have some evidence already. Let's go community protection. Okay. All right, last one. The correct response when called by a name that isn't yours. Answer to prevent exposing your deception or recognize the name you've been hiding from. Let's go with that. Sure. Recognize the name you've been hiding from. Why not? All right. What is this? Who is this? I think it's Sekaguchi Genetics. SecGen. Yep. Your answers reflect patience, precision, and respect for process. You believe improvement comes through refinement, not disruption. You believe how things work as much as what they achieve. Progress to you is careful, deliberate, and engineered. Okay. Look up Marathon Sekaguchi. See what the squad's all about, you know? Let's make sure chat can hear it. So the worm people. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big fan of that part. But, so I believe their kind of purpose in the lore is to, like, you know, if you don't know, in the new game Marathon, every time you die, your conscious is uploaded into a new version of this, like, shell, basically. And so I believe they're like, you know, it's like a shell it's like a Android kind of thing. And then your consciousness is uploaded into that. Hello. What's up, Banjo and Shiloh? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all check out the new reels? Or the new reel? It was a banger. It was a banger. I thought. I don't think it's really gotten any views, so maybe it isn't. Good, me and Grace are watching Spy Family. Wow, I haven't seen that. And then a smiley face. Nice. Sounds fun, sounds fun. I'm just talking about a Marathon, new game that's coming out. I just did a personality quiz, basically, like a BuzzFeed quiz. Anyway, back to it. So yeah, they're the Sekaguchi's the ones that are responsible for creating and manufacturing these shells. They invented them, I guess. So I'll take it. I'll take it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's look at some of the other faction videos. Marathon faction videos. This is Traxxas, I believe. Okay, but I could have sworn there were some of these where they're talking. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong ones. Charter?
Arachne has been
Arachne.
We watch all of the deadliest runners. Destroy your own kind. Push your shell to its limits. And we'll welcome you into the fold.
Okay. So I believe they function as like a death cult, is how they're described. So, you know, all these factions, they give you different, that's where you get your contracts from, and you can kind of like up their reputation. And Arachne is going to be, you know, focused on like PvP contracts. So there's an incentive there to fight other people. I mean, I think that's going to be the name of the game. You know, the only other extraction shooter I played, Arc Raiders. So a lot of, you know, I compare a lot of what I've seen from Marathon and, you know, how I discuss it to Arc Raiders because it's my main point of reference. And frankly, it's going to be a big point of reference and the game's main competition. So anyway, it does, you know, the contracts, the PvP contracts, that's something that's not found in Arc Raiders. And I think it's something that's not just that, but it's something in a wider scale that's going to set those two games apart a bit. I think Marathon is very clearly going to be much more PvP focused. Arc Raiders is kind of, it's found itself in a spot because of the way the matchmaking works, where if you're not aggressive towards other players, you're going to be consistently put into lobbies where you're just playing, you know, against other players that have that same track record. So everyone's kind of friendly. There's not really a threat. And they've confirmed that this is how the matchmaking works. And then if you are an aggressive player, you'll be put into PvP lobbies. There's no word on whether or not that is going to be present in Marathon, but there are so many incentives throughout the game to fight other players, just in the way the game's structured, the way the loot is, you know, handed out, and also the pace of the game. And I think the more aggressive, like, nature of a first-person shooter in general kind of is going to definitely, you know, it'll set it apart from Arc Raiders in that way. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully it works, because, like, that's a big part of what makes Arc Raiders so special, really, is that, you know, a lot of people, they go in, like, expecting a super sweaty extraction shooter, and then they find that it's actually pretty chill and there's not much of a threat. And so that's a huge draw for some people, but I know at the same time that whole system of kind of the split matchmaking has brought on a lot of I think unintended consequences of the game's design. So I don't know. I think there's good and bad parts to it. We'll see if Marathon kind of continues with that. But all right, what are some of these other videos we can watch? Let's just go to the source. Let's just go to the source. Gaius. This is New Caloric. They're like the food people.
Contacting you on behalf of New Caloric. Our mission is to ensure humanity's survival by meeting its most basic needs. New Caloric wishes to understand the colony's collapse so we may prevent future catastrophes. We insist. I am Gaius, contacting you on behalf of New Caloric.
Pretty cool. They're responsible for, you know, agriculture and stuff. Let's look up what their contracts are like. What's going on, Chad? How we doing? How we feeling? What is happening? Contracts, New Caloric. Okay. So here's some of the ones, I guess, that have been shown. Only 2. Okay. 1,000 slimy things. New Caloric wants samples from tick nests found in perimeter around the data wall and dire marsh in lower concentration. Please clear nests to collect samples. So you're collecting samples, okay. Please collect unstable biomass and send it to New Caloric via Decon. So Decon, I've actually been meaning to look at what this is. Decons are like dead drops in other games. You drop off loot at these places. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Thank you, Marathon Wiki. So that's New Caloric. So this is the second. This is the one that I was assigned from my. Okay, I just clicked on the wrong one. This one. What is it? What is happening? Y'all see me clicking on it too, right? Open link in new tab. There we go.
Hello, dear one. I am Nona.
Hello, Nona.
Sakaguchi's bioscience AI. I nurtured the weave worms that spun your silken bones. I see that you've already taken your first steps down the path of self-iteration.
She's scary.
Let me help illuminate a more useful direction. Hello, dear one. I am Nona. Sakaguchi's bioscience AI.
Okay. So this is Mida. They're like the... Oh my gosh. This is just not going to work, I guess. There we go.
Mida is watching. You, them,
I think they're like the resistance.
Mida is
They're
revolution.
like the corporations.
Mida is anti-corp counter UESC.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Not a threat. It's opportunity. We are fire. Are you fuel?
Hey,
Mida is watching.
they look cool. Definitely down with the ideology, you know what I'm saying? But aesthetically, I don't know. Lore is what keeps gaming engaging and players coming back. The game isn't even out yet, and I'm already invested in the story of a freaking shooter. A freaking shooter, man. Yeah. The story's a big plus here. Another thing, let's compare again. I think the inclusion of actual voice actors in Arc Raiders, or excuse me, in Marathon, is obviously great, and not resorting to AI generated voice lines for your characters and quest givers and players. You know, like, what are we doing? It just even if you remove the principal part of it, it just sounds so much better. Those voice lines in Arc Raiders sound terrible. They're terrible. And, you know, I think and not to mention the Marathon voice cast is, you know, full of a lot of really talented people that have done plenty of games. So, you know, another Marathon W. What can I say? Hopefully I'm being heard okay. Yeah, I think so. Hopefully I'm not too loud. Let's see. Who else we got? Vulcan.
As major investors in the original Marathon expedition, Traxxas seeks to recoup losses incurred by the colony's collapse. You can assist in our exploratory efforts and be discreetly compensated. Traxxas accepts no
So yeah,
legal or ethical liability for any.
Traxxas is like the corporation.
during the course
I
of
think
your
they're the biggest
contract.
corporation in the history of, like,
As major investors
you know.
in the original Marathon expedition, Traxxas seeks to recoup
Yeah.
losses.
They are the largest corporation. So I think, you know, the idea behind their contracts and stuff is going into areas extracting like high value loot. And it's just like, you know, very money based. So I think that's the whole, like, expedition seeks to recoup losses incurred by the colony's collapse. So cool. I really like how each faction is like pretty clearly defined in their goals, and then how that translates to gameplay. I think some are stronger than others, of course. Like the reasoning for the Death Cult to have, you know, their contracts be PvP focused is a bit stronger than like the New Caloric, like the food people. It's like, oh, go collect, like, I guess you're collecting research, you know, so it makes sense. I'm just saying there's a bit of a clearer line for some of them, but regardless, I think it's a nice, I think they feel really distinct. Cyber Acme.
I'm Oni, your onboard navigational intelligence. Your consciousness and my neural programming are inexorably interlinked. Per our arrangement, Cyber Acme is here for you. I'm here for you.
May you operate at peak efficiency.
Good luck. I'm Oni, your onboard
So didn't really get a good
navigational
sense of
intelligence.
like,
Your consciousness
I think they're
and
like
my neural programming
the
are
hackers.
inexorably interlinked.
the
Per
programmers.
our arrangement, Cyber Acme is here for you. I'm here for you.
And there should be one more, maybe? Or wait, hold on. Mida, Traxxas, Oni, or no, Cyber Acme. Mida, Traxxas, Oni, Sekiguchi, New Caloric, and then the Killing people. What is that one called? I don't even remember. I don't even remember, man. Okay. So I wanted to watch some of Drewski's new gameplay that he dropped. Use that as just a jumping off point, you know, for any sort of discussion. Drewski. Yeah, here we go.
Howdy gamers. In today's video, I got invited to take an early look at a game
Howdy,
called
gamers.
Marathon, made by Bungie. They had me sign a top secret indie phones a man could wish for. See a life-size Halo 3 sniper rifle with to high-risk
All right,
matches to grab gear and complete objectives and quests. Shorter.
No
and
shade at
runs
all, but I just want to see the
on
gameplay.
Marathon's Vidocs, their gameplay trailers, whatever. Entirely different now. I get a lot of sponsor offers every year. The reason I'm here is that it seems so far like Bungie is actually listening.
Oh, there's inspect animations. I didn't know that. That's cool. Oof. Like, okay. This gun right here, I've seen it in a few trailers. Oh boy. Look at this. So it's like a sniper, but it shoots almost like a and not like a crossbow bolt, but the animation is this little rewind here. It just looks so nice. It looks like it feels great to use. See right there, and then pop. Ooh. It's so cool. They know how to cook, man. They know how to cook on their weapons at the very least.
Drop on top of us.
Yeah, the PvE looks
I'm getting torn up. I'm coming back.
looks intense.
Just sneaking.
Oh, gotta check my phone. 1 second, chatties. Okay, chat, I will be right back. Actually, no, I think we're good. We're good. We're chilling for a bit longer. Okay. Let us continue.
To the right as well. I got one down. Shotgun fighting. Where'd he go? I couldn't even touch him. Jesus.
You, sir, leave.
Love the finishers.
It's muddier, it's darker, it's deeper to the point of me struggling to understand a lot of it in just the few hours I played. And it's bold. The graphical style is still there and is still something I'm getting fully used to, but now positively dirtier, with places getting a noticeable but subtle uplift of wear and environmental
That's
damage.
nice.
And
That
then
looks
there's
nice.
the sound in the game. You go from
Let's turn
to
it up a little bit more.
claustrophobic interiors. In gunfights, the gunshots and equipment sounds reverberate off the walls.
Put captions on too.
And the loud firefights. Yeah, they're pretty loud. But yeah, that's enough yapping about it. Let's actually play it. So in today's episode, I will be playing Marathon for the first time since the alpha, as well as the vertical slice, like 2.5.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, like these videos, or I may not say these, but there's been a couple videos coming out recently of people that got to play early, and you know, I think a lot of people that have been following the game, you know, there's been a lot of changes since those alphas that people weren't very happy with. And so these videos that are coming out are like kind of our first look at like, you know, how the game has changed and evolved. And there's a lot of changes so far, but we'll see.
Years ago. So this is basically my first time playing, I'm gonna say, and then it is also Will and Clutch's, my buddies. It is their first time entirely ever playing Marathon. We're playing against Bungie devs and other content creators, and I can guarantee you the Bungie devs were not told to hold back because we got wrecked like most times out of 10. And the coolest part about this that I'm happy to tell you is that you can play this too. On February 26th to March 2nd, Bungie is running the Marathon Server Slam. Now that is entirely free to play, so you don't need to pay a dime to take part in that Server Slam. That's 4 days
So
total.
excited.
You can jump into matches on the Perimeter Zone and Dire Marsh and try out most of the runner classes, take on the opening contracts, all while helping Bungie stress
Yeah, so
out
this
most of the runner
this
classes.
here, I think this is Blackbird or Recon is what they're called now, and so their abilities, like pinging out, it's information gathering basically. You know, your Recon, whatever. And so it's cool because it, you know, I think there's 5 kind of main runners in the game, and then one extra was basically like the scav runner from Tarkov. Their name's Rook. And so that's the person you kind of use. You can't like, you know, edit your loadout. You're going in very basic abilities. You can go in the middle of the match, and you can only use that shell when you're solo. So that's kind of an edge case. But the other ones are more, you know, like more defined classes with their own play styles and abilities. And, you know, like Recon, for example, information gathering. And then there's another class called Assassin. And Assassin is more based on like invisibility and stealth, you know, all around stealth. And so I think there is a big question about like, is it probably the best for an extraction shooter to have invisibility? You know, it's like, I don't know. But then when you have another class whose purpose is, you know, they have a bunch of modifiers, and I think even some of their abilities, you know, can detect people that are invisible. And so when the Assassin's main toolkit is really only just like, you know, invisibility and stealth, on paper, that's great. And like in isolation it is, but then it's like when you come up against someone that has, you know, can just see you or however Recon necessarily works with that, I think it creates an interesting dynamic. And I like that all the different runner shells are very, they're very distinct from one another in those ways.
On the opening contracts, all while helping Bungie stress test the servers across all platforms.
That blue background. Also cool. Alright, so, my drones aren't ready in the beginning of the map, so we can't do my strat, but
Information
it's fine.
protocol.
Watch out.
Establishing link.
Alright, let's
We
get
just
into
had a
this
fight
building.
here last round.
Yep,
Yeah, we're
we
in
did.
the southwest corner.
Up on the roof,
Yeah. Does he see us? He does.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot him. We're gonna be up there anyways. We're fighting.
Interesting. They're playing without the HUD, I guess.
Down the hall left. One more.
Coming right.
So here, let's I actually want to watch the runners video again. Here, let's pull that up in a different tab so we can kind of talk about that more. Oh, it's on this account. Dang nabbit!
Runner shells is what we're calling the
All right, let's continue. Let us
the
continue.
bioprinted bodies that you, the runner, inhabit when you go down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells
You know what, actually, may need to just end the stream here. I don't think there's anybody in the chat, but if there is, thank you for watching. You're a real one. Sorry it was a short little stream, but just have some plans got to attend to, some things going on. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, I just wanted to, you know, have a little discussion about Marathon. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow. This was kind of just a little, you know, test run, get used to it a little bit. I haven't done these like just kind of more commentary focused streams yet. So just to get a little practicing for that. I'm hoping tomorrow to talk about this again, maybe turn whatever I talk about into a video or something, at least some reels. I want my opinions to be known on Marathon. That way I can either be proven horribly wrong or I'll feel vindicated if it's good. I hope it's good. I'm just excited about it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Oh, actually.
Is really an archetype of gameplay.
So abilities,
watch a little bit longer.
passives,
What's up,
stat
chat?
packages
6 viewers. That's
married
crazy.
To a very distinct
going on, chat?
silhouette.
What's going
that
on?
Then players can look at, 50, 60 meters away and say, "Oh,
who was excited?
I know what that is. I know what that player is capable of, and I can start to think about how to counteract it."
One of the things we really want to do from the build crafting side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe.
Just talking about
figuring
Marathon.
out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods.
Yeah, so the weapon mods are well, not just the weapon mods, but the implants, I think they're called, for the runners.
That is unique, and you do that.
I think it's going to introduce a lot of different build crafting options. Part of me is like a little torn on that because like I think if it's kept simple or just like, oh, you have like 1 or 2 slots for it, and like there's a lot of variety in terms of what you can get and what they do, but maybe not like a ton in the mixing and matching, just because I feel like if you have too much of that like you do in a Destiny, obviously that works there, but in Destiny you can keep your loot, so it's like it'll be tough to grind or stack up, save up for like this particular build that you need like 3 or 4 pieces for, and then you get taken out and you're cooked, and that's all you had. That's all you got. I don't know. I just think that might be tough. But on the flip side, they seem like they're going to introduce a lot of complexity for the runners, which is cool.
Across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods. Cores are powerful standalone perks that can be used in combination with each other to shift the gameplay style of your runner kit. We also want to make sure that there are interesting combinations of things that work together. But they have hooks that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
That's what you want.
Depending on your playstyle, if you're like someone who hangs back and likes to snipe, you're someone who likes close quarters combat and you're going to rush in, you're going to want to cater the items that you're finding differently.
The idea there is like have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're going to build on top of that.
That just looks so smooth.
Destroyer is aggressive, brutal, whereas a modified, futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed to get into the fight as fast as possible and stay there. It comes equipped with thrusters on its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can use them for a quick lateral evade.
A riot barricade so that they can generate presence and they can generate like almost like aggro for their team.
Its prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
They have a way to lock down targets over sustained fire, which immobilizes them and allows your team to follow up.
Our Assassin
What's up,
Shell
chat? What
is
are we
built
thinking?
for players
What are we
like to play
thinking?
slow and quiet. It's very much a classic, backline infiltrator. It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their tactical ability is invisibility. You pull this like shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it, but the faster you move, the more visible you're gonna become. And if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration.
So it's like, sure, you're gonna reveal yourself, but if you can just pop someone in the head with this like charged one-shot thing, I don't know. It seems like a bit much for some of the runners that don't have any like detection tools in their kit. I think there's gonna be like weapon mods that you can, that'll help you like thermal scopes and whatnot. That can help with that, but it just might be rough.
Their prime
Might be a little bit
ability
rough. We'll see.
sends out this
'Cause
disc, creates
from
this,
what
like,
I've seen,
plumes of
you are
smoke that you can
invisible.
enter into,
Like, if you don't
and
have
combined
things that
with
help you
passive
identify,
shroud,
like, those
they
people
go invisible
cannot
and
see
enter smoke.
what you look like.
The whole thing here is
At
like,
all.
be
They can't see you at
invisible,
all.
Be sneaky, and then
that's
enshroud the world in smoke.
I'm gonna punch a hole through my monitor when I've slewed it up.
Originally,
and I'm
Recon was called
turning a
internally-
corner and I just get popped by someone I couldn't see. I'm just saying I'm gonna bill Bungie for the damages. So get ready.
Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy.
So this
It's about
class is the
hunting
counter,
people down. It's about playing
basically,
detective.
to
If you want to find
that
all
stealth,
the assassin shells on the
gameplay.
map, Recon is the shell you want to use. It comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can pursue them. And for their prime, Recon has this really awesome helmet that splits open and they tap in these cool key codes. It opens up and pulses and it sends out this like
you could
wave
just
that
see
detects
where
both
everybody
AI
is with your
and
ult.
players and marks them for you.
And when you break
And that's
the shield
another
of
thing,
somebody,
that I think is
as
an
a Recon
interesting
shell, they leave holographic
part of implementing classes like this, or what are essentially like heroes in like a hero shooter or something, is ultimates, because normally in a game like Overwatch or something, you're in a constant state of aggression or fighting, like you're constantly fighting. And so there's long periods of fights where you won't have your ultimate. But in Marathon, if the fights are pretty spread out, especially the fights with other players, you're more than likely, coming out of a fight or before you get to a fight, you're going to have your ultimate. But if you don't, like if you basically what I'm saying is if you get third partied by a squad, you're fighting a squad and then another squad comes in, they're more than likely going to have their ults, and that will add a weird certain dynamic to it. I don't know.
So even if they run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead right to them.
And then finally, awareness.
Ult timings
where,
are going to be weird.
If you get pinged,
hard to
it'll actually
pin
tell
down.
you that someone like sees you.
I hope it's not a thing where, you don't have your ult, you're screwed.
You won't know where,
Hopefully
but
not.
you'll be
I
able
doubt
to be
it. I
on
doubt it.
high alert that somebody saw you and has marked you.
Vandal is our shell that is, just by its very nature, more agile than our other shells. It has microjets that let it do a double jump. It has a power slide
that's
that
nice.
goes
I
much
didn't know it could
further than
double
our
jump.
normal
That's cool.
sprint slide.
Their prime overloads their movement system so they can commit and chain all those actions together. They're about getting in and out, causing chaos.
I love the design of this one, but I
The
mean, all
arm
of them.
cannon for Vandal unfolds, and you find a big-ass gun barrel inside. You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of cover.
The number of times we've knocked people off of field maintenance is a great thing.
That's cool. So this is the one that's
Marathon
the most interesting
is
to
a
me.
game that is all about finding the best stuff on the map. So we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy. That is Thief to a T. Thief's trade ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are within line of sight.
Their prime is pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and AI, and then it can suck that loot back up with the same whip.
Like, if I'm telling you guys, if I'm just in a building, I'm about to extract, I just survived this crazy fight, this and that, whatever, or I'm like, you know, running from a tough fight, I'm running for my life, and then some little drone that you can barely see when you're fighting it, some little drone just pulls up, knocks some of my best loot out, grabs it, and takes it away. Like, what are we talking about? It seems ridiculous. It seems a little ridiculous. Not gonna lie. But I think it's really interesting, and I think what this class represents is really interesting. You know, as I was saying, all these classes fit a certain archetype, but they also kind of, you know, fit a distinct mechanic of an extraction shooter. You know, not mechanics that are just unique to extraction shooters, but just kind of the different corners of it. And so having a class that's completely focused on like the loot grind is, I think, like the best and most interesting example of that. It's really cool, like, you know, being able to locate loot, steal loot from other players. I think it's very unique, very interesting, and I think it's a cool, you know, distinction from other hero shooters, because, you know, or really any game with like a roster of playable characters, especially multiplayer games, you get a lot of like doubling up on functions. You know, it's like, yeah, this person's a DPS, but in Overwatch, for example, this person's a DPS, but, you know, or these people have different abilities, but at the end of the day, their purpose is to deal damage. You know, like that's their main focus. And so they come in different flavors, and they're fun and cool, whatever. But that's why I'm kind of wondering how they're going to tackle in Marathon the addition of new runners. Because if you know, as of right now, it just feels like not all, but a good amount of, you know, gameplay functions are well accounted for in terms of having representation on the hero roster. So are they going to, you know, I'm just interested to see kind of how they work with that and continue to develop it into the future. We'll see, because I know they're for sure going to be adding more runner shells.
Up with the same whip, or you can use it for recon. You can fly around, you can ping, those pings are shared to your squad.
The Thief Shell also has a built-in grappling device that is embedded right in the forearm. You shoot it on a dart. Mid-flight, it unfolds into this propeller that pulls you along, and you can swing away to safety.
They also have mobility, so that's...
The recharge rate for their grapple and their base handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to...
See, like, that's so cool. The more loot you get, the better your abilities, the lower your cooldowns. That's smart.
Become a loot goblin, right? Steal as much as you can and get out.
The Triage Shell is our shell for support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking so they kick back, we have Triage for you.
They're equipped with these awesome, like, capacitive gauntlets where you activate them and then you can overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then, like, shock you back to life. Their tactical ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs, and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy. He's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage is really a combat medic, so we knew we needed to give an ability that was useful for firefights.
They've got two traits. The first one is a trait ability called Battery Overcharge, where they overcharge their capacitive gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically, breaking shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an on-ramp to like a whole new layer of...
So it's like, I mean, you know, medic is like support. It's the oldest stereo, you know, class stereotype in the book for these kinds of games. But again, it's just interesting that it's like there's only one class, shell, whatever, that's doing it. So it's kind of covering that function. Are we going to see more medics in the future? Or is this it for that? And then, you know, we're just going to see other expressions of different kinds of gameplay. We'll see.
The second trait, Shareware.
Because I could see the variation on their kits being done mainly in the cores that you can get for the runners, rather than, you know, different runners themselves.
Which is really cool, which is any buddies that have medi drones on them, any consumable you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of almost are this like battle medic that's like constantly running triage on your team.
Rook.
Sometimes you just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically opts you into queuing in solo. You're able to enter into a match in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to your advantage because you risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours.
Like, look at the aura on this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
It's the key.
Instead of
his face
focusing on like progression and questing and things of that sort, it's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible.
What's up, chat? How are we feeling? How are we feeling about this, chat?
Populate your vault
are we excited?
A little bit more for future
Are we
runs.
skeptical?
Rook has
are
a
we
tactical
worried?
ability that lets
How are we
it
feeling?
blend in with UESC forces. So you activate it, a little mask appears over your face, and you are not perceived by the UESC as hostile. This lets you kind of get in, grab a little bit of loot, and then bail.
One of the things that I've really enjoyed about Rook is the added tension. Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you have a couple of options when you see a Rook. Either you're a decent person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their merry way, or you are a monster person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their...
It's so like basic, you know, to convey that like, well, basic frame, I guess. It's like the standard whatever UESC kind of shell. But I think just the design of the game in general lends itself really well to the
or you
simplicity
are a
of
monster and you blast them in the face. I'm not going to say which one I am. I blast a lot of Rooks.
That's right. I think that's it. Nice. Nice. Chat. Okay. Let's see. We were looking at this.
Nice, good job.
I got one more on the right here somewhere.
Coming? We're linking around.
All down. Okay, cool.
Oh. Should be clear here.
Okay.
There's some gas in that room. I don't want to go there because I feel like I'm gonna get hurt. I'll link back to you.
I hear stuff going on northwest. I'm jumping up to the roof to check really quick.
Okay. So just kind of going around looting.
I'm not used to this mouse acceleration or mouse movement. Oh yeah, that is something to test whenever we get into a fight. They had some aim assist with mouse and keyboard on the first alpha test. I don't know if that's still in. It was a bit odd going down the ladder right here on me. Oh, it's dark.
I can keep an eye out.
Okay. Find a.
We're in the southwest corner of the map.
Yep.
Oh. I want to see him loot something.
We can push north to Holler.
Here.
That's something I've been meaning to check. Let's see. Show me that loot menu, baby.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, I have one on me.
Is that a temporary thing? It's slowly healing my. Is it?
Yeah, I think.
Come on.
No.
No. Something's right.
Yeah,
they're right behind us. They're behind us in the same ditch.
Throwing my spider
Oh my god, they're right here. They're right here.
Doing my ult. They're right here, pushing close.
I have an 8 on the one on the left. Broke.
Hitting the one on the right. One's down.
Got another
Yeah,
one down.
so all these scopes, or a good amount of them, like I assume they can see people that are invisible. But maybe not. That's a good question.
I hit him in the head a good
Thank you.
I'm gonna get this guy.
No problem.
This guy's probably gonna self-heal down here. Sorry, buddy.
Maybe I'm losing my mind a little bit.
Here, Drew.
Yep. Oh, that's you, Will. Okay. Alright. Are we good to push left up to this guy northwest?
Are you playing a game or watching something? I'm just watching something. I'm just chilling out before a friend gets into town. Thought I might stream. It's a game that's coming out soon. Sharing my thoughts on it, why I'm excited for it. You know how it is. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, that was good. We just got tons of damage on.
reacting
Like that
to it.
Yeah, grenade worked really well.
Is G grenade? Because I have a G as
grenade.
well.
G
Okay,
grenade.
Yeah,
G grenade. Yeah, and then I use my scanning ability too, which worked really well. I just got signal jammed. I don't know what that is.
Maybe next stream will be
Yeah, I threw my
back to
little
a horror
drone as
game
well, which I
of
think
some kind.
stopped one of them from sprinting.
Maybe more
Alright,
Resident
so Will,
Evil.
come here. Now I want to see if I can put this drone on you.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, sweet. So now all of us have drones.
Right now.
As are little.
Push this place.
Show me that loot menu, please.
Blue shield here.
Oh, right, it's another AI. We're good.
Very muffled. Another team inside. I'm going back out. I'm hurt. Well,
There's just a lot of fighting. Who wants to
wait,
see fighting? That's not interesting.
That's there's a ladder.
Who cares about that?
And they said, get sneaky. To the right as well.
They're up top, second row.
Whoa.
Metro active.
I got one down.
There's a bubble shield over here.
Oh, bubble shield. I wonder if that's an item or I don't think it's an ability. So it must be an item of some sort.
I'm on one. Got him. Sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. Little bubble shield. Right. None.
Oh, so there.
There we go. Moving left. Moving left.
Oh,
Outside.
he's just not gonna show up.
Let's push. Let's follow them. Follow them outside. We're gonna track them back to that door.
Got him.
Nice. Something up that door. I don't know what that thing is. There's birds disturbed over there. I'm watching it. If you want to loot him.
Get right.
Okay. I'm gonna float
See if
back
I can just
inside.
find it.
Or where do we want to go?
I don't want to get up.
Like it.
We can get up.
I don't know if we can get up in this place. I think there is a second floor, but I don't know if you can get on the roof. I hover over.
So I want to go here.
And the 3D model kind of wiggles. It's kind of cute.
Oh yeah.
Wiggle,
Let's see
wiggle.
if
It's
you
like
can.
a hover over.
Yeah. So I don't see. Yeah, I don't see weight on here. So I believe the way that inventory management works is. Can the stream see my mouse? Yeah. Okay, cool. So rather than items being assigned weight values, they take up a certain number of slots. So like this assault rifle here, I guess this person isn't going to show what it looks like when that... Oh, here we go. Perfect. Okay. So like on this screen, for example, rather than a gun being, 84.3 grams or whatever, pounds or whatever, and everything just taking up one slot, it's items just take up a certain number of slots. It's similar to a Resident Evil 4, games like that. And I think for an extraction shooter, especially one that's this fast paced, I like it a lot more than just, weight numbers on the equipment itself. I think it's a lot easier to read. I think it's a lot more interesting to look at. You can see someone's inventory or your own. You get a good sense how much weight do I have left? Because in a game like Arc Raiders, you have a certain amount of spots. But let's say you only have 10 of them full. That doesn't mean that your weight capacity is almost up. So you have to worry about how many spots are in your inventory, but also the combined weight of the items in your inventory. Maybe I'm talking crazy and Marathon has that weight value. I haven't been able to see it in any of the screenshots or gameplay I've seen. So yeah, I think it's a cool feature. It's a cool system.
They weren't watching when they were walking, and they fell to the first floor and had no way to get up.
That one guy, I think, pushed up and shotgunned you in the back because he was invis clutch.
Yep, 100%.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. I saw the first one push, I didn't see the other one. Oh,
Yeah, I did my scan, but the range wasn't far enough.
Doctor's orders.
So my character's ultimate didn't really
Like
do
the
anything.
weather, the fog. Look at this. It just looks so cool.
Lots of weird
Environments look great.
What is happening? Oh, Ticks front. Coming out of this weird shimmery thing.
Yeah, what is
Thanks
this?
to everybody who's hopping in and viewing. Appreciate y'all.
Event, further down about
Leave a
300
chat
meters to the
message.
west.
Tell me
You
what's
wanna go into
in the Twitch chat. Twitchy chat.
Throw a bolt in it. See
Twitch
if we can
chat,
find
what's
some
up?
artifacts. Front.
Yeah, seen.
We can take these.
How we feeling? How we feeling about marathon?
Oh, well,
Nice.
I'm going into the drone backs then.
Did you just call in something? What was that sound?
Pardon me.
I hear, something's got to be going on over here.
Right.
With as much like
Right.
thunderous sounds.
Alright, I do think we
those
may
are
have
coming in.
to.
Yeah, on my mark. There's birds.
We
Yeah,
have
here
to
was-
end the stream in a second.
Yeah, I heard that.
As I mentioned, I do have something to attend to, but
Yeah, something's going on.
tomorrow hoping to maybe do another stream like this. This is kind of more of a trial run to get used to, more of like a commentary stream. But I want to look at some more marathon stuff and kind of pick it apart a little bit, get hyped for this coming weekend, Server Slam. I'm super excited. Let's see. I want to figure out how I can raid because we have 6 viewers. Streaming tools. No. How to raid on Twitch. How to raid on Twitch. Creator dashboard quick options. Back to Twitch. Oh, here we go. Open the raid browser. Following. Anybody I'm following on? Alright. Have fun. Thank you, chat. Check them out.
You guys all have repo. Let's do a repo.
You're running from Thor?
Aliyah.
Small little raid, but a raid nonetheless.
If you're so ill, why are you running from Thor, bro?
Thanks for the love, love.
Hell no.
Let him know. Let him know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any day Looney step. Miss. Let's go.
Oh, my
Get step. He's so low. He's so low.
Oh,
yeah.
I got my teams. I got my teams with me.
Dang it.
Josh always with me.
Hell nah. Hell nah. Looney, bro. Looney. You got work, bro. See ya.
Yo, save point. Save point with the raid. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good raid.
Thank you.
What were you playing?